COVID variants, the 10 most common current strains. By 2025, the COVID-19 pandemic is no longer characterized by waves of entirely new variants of concern like Alpha, Delta, or the early Omicron lineages. Instead, evolution has largely stabilized within the Omicron family tree, with constant branching into subvariants. These subvariants accumulate new mutations in the spike protein, especially within the receptor binding domain, RBD, and N-terminal domain, NTD, that allow them to escape antibodies generated from earlier infection or vaccination. Importantly, while transmissibility and immune evasion have increased, virulence has not. None of the circulating 2025 variants are intrinsically more severe than earlier Omicron strains. The vast majority of infections remain mild to moderate, particularly in vaccinated or previously exposed populations. However, immune escape means reinfections are common, driving waves of cases. Below is an overview of the 10 most common variants in circulation during 2025, summarizing their mutations, transmissibility, and vulnerabilities. First, JN1, descendant of BA 2.86 Pirola. Mutations: inherits greater than 30 spike changes from BA.2.86 plus a distinctive L455S mutation in the RBD. Effect: extensive immune evasion compared to XBB subvariants. Spread in late 2023 to 2024 was rapid, becoming dominant globally. Transmissibility: increased through immune escape rather than replication advantage. Rose to greater than 80% of U.S. cases by winter 2023-24. Virulence: no increase in severity compared with other Omicron strains. Vulnerabilities: boosters based on XBB.1.5 remained effective in reducing severe disease. Antivirals, Paxlovid, Remdesivir, remained fully active. Monoclonal antibodies largely ineffective. Second KP.2, FLIRT subvariant. Mutations defined by F456L and R346T, the FLIRT changes, plus JN.1 background mutations. Effect: these changes improved immune evasion. R346T interferes with certain neutralizing antibody binding. Transmissibility: very rapid rise in spring 2024, making up approximately 25% of U.S. cases by July 2024. Virulence: no change in severity. Symptoms resembled prior Omicron infections. Vulnerabilities: current boosters designed with JN.1/KP.2 in mind offered good protection. Monoclonal antibodies lost activity. Antivirals effective. Third, LB1 FLIRT plus variant. Mutations: shared F456L and R346T with KP.2 but added an additional spike change likely in the RBD. Effect: gained an extra immune escape advantage. Transmissibility: by mid-2024 caused approximately 15% of U.S. cases, later dominating in Africa. Virulence: no evidence of increased severity. Vulnerabilities: vaccines designed for JN.1/KP.2 cross-protected effectively. Antivirals fully potent. Monoclonal antibodies ineffective. Fourth KP.3.1.1, dominant late 2024 variant. Mutations: retained FLIRTs R346T, F456L plus Q493E, and a defining SIR31 deletion in the NTD. Effect: combined immune evasion across both RBD and NTD regions. Transmissibility surged globally, accounting for more than 50% of cases worldwide by December 2024. Virulence: no increase in severity despite high prevalence. Vulnerabilities: vaccines targeting KP.2/JN.1 remained protective. No monoclonal antibody efficacy. Antivirals unaffected. 5. XEC, recombinant variant. Mutations, hybrid from KP.3.3 and KS.1.1, carried T22N, F59S, F456L, Q493E, V1104L. Effect, combined immune evasion features of both parents. Transmissibility, rapid expansion in the second half of 2024, approximately 45% of U.S. cases by December. Virulence, clinical severity unchanged from other Omicron strains. Vulnerabilities, boosters remained effective, monoclonals inactive, antivirals worked. 6th LF.7 and LF.7.2.1. Mutations, LF.7 had S31P, K182R, R190S in NTD, and K444R in RBD. LF.7.2.1 added A475V in RBD. Effect, multiple escape mutations at antibody binding sites. Transmissibility, spread rapidly in Middle East and Europe in late 2024. LF.7.2.1 out. Competed its parent, suggesting higher fitness. Virulence, no indication of increased severity. Vulnerabilities, boosters targeting JN1 provided partial cross-protection. Monoclonals ineffective. Antivirals remained potent. 7MC.10.1 A435S variant. Mutations, defined by A435S in RBD, on top of FLIRT changes. Effect, a 435S reduces neutralization by class 1 antibodies. Transmissibility, showed small growth advantage over KP.3.1.1, reached approximately 10% prevalence in early 2025 before being outcompeted. Virulence, no difference in clinical severity. Vulnerabilities, vaccines still effective. Monoclonals rendered even less effective. Antivirals unaffected. 8. LP.8.1, dominant early 2025 variant. Mutations, spike carried S31 Delta, F186L, R190S, R346T, V445R, F456L, Q493E, K1086R, V1104L. Effect, R346, T plus F456L equals immune escape, V445R equals enhanced ACE2 binding. Transmissibility, rose steeply to dominance by early 2025. Among the most contagious Omicron subvariants. Virulence, no evidence of greater severity. Vulnerabilities, vaccines remained protective. WHO suggested LP.81 as a potential future vaccine strain. Monoclonals useless. Antivirals effective. 9. NB 1.8.1 Nimbus. Mutations, compared to LP.8.1, added T22N, F59S, G184S NTD plus A 435S, V445H, T478I RBD. Effect, a 435S and T478, I increase immune escape, V445H improves ACE2 binding. Transmissibility, first detected January 2025. By summer reached approximately 40% of U.S. cases. Spread rapidly in Asia and Western Pacific. Virulence, WHO reported no increase in severity. Case growth explained hospitalizations. Vulnerabilities, neutralization only modestly reduced compared with LP.81, so vaccines still prevented severe disease. Antivirals fully effective. G-Shunta XFG, Stratus recombinant. Mutations, recombinant of LF.7 and LP.8.1.2. Spike features include K444R, V445R, N487D, T572I. Effect, combination of immune escape mutations from both parents, strong resistance to neutralizing antibodies. Transmissibility, rapidly rose in Europe and Asia in mid-2025, approximately 14% of U.S. cases by summer, spreading faster than NB 1.81 in some regions. Virulence. No evidence of increased severity. Vulnerabilities. Vaccines likely protective against severe outcomes. No monoclonal antibodies effective. Antivirals active. Cross-cutting themes. 1. Mutational hotspots. Most adaptive changes cluster in RBD residues 346, 444 to 456, 478, 493, key antibody escape and ACE2 binding sites, NTD residues 31, 59, 182, 190, reshaping antigenic supersite. Second virulence plateau. Despite genetic changes, no Omicron subvariant has evolved to be more lethal than Delta. Population immunity plus viral preference for upper airways explains why disease remains less severe. Third, therapeutic landscape. Vaccines remain protective, especially against severe disease. Updated monovalent boosters tuned to JN.1/KP.2/LP.8.1 lineages provide broad coverage. Monoclonal antibodies, nearly all obsolete due to convergent RBD mutations. Antivirals, still robust as viral enzymes targeted, protease, polymerase, have not acquired resistance mutations. Fourth, regional variation. Different variants temporarily dominate in different regions, e.g. LB.1 in Africa, LF.7.2.1 in the Middle East, XFG in Europe. Global spread eventually selects the fittest variants, but local conditions, population immunity, founder effects matter. Fifth, recombination as a driver. Several key variants, XEC, XFG, and B.1.8.1, arose from recombination, showing SARS-CoV-2's ability to mix advantageous mutations from distinct lineages. This accelerates evolution beyond gradual stepwise mutation. Conclusion. As of 2025, SARS-CoV-2 continues evolving within the Omicron family. The 10 dominant variants, JN.1, KP.2, LB.1, KP.3.1.1, XEC, LF.7, MC.10.1, LP.8.1, NB.1.8.1, and XFG- differ mainly in their mutation sets within spike, which dictate immune escape and transmissibility. No variant has increased intrinsic virulence, but the arms race between viral immune escape and human immunity continues. Vaccines, particularly those updated to JN.1/KP.2/LP.8.1 lineages, remain the cornerstone of protection against severe disease. Monoclonal antibodies have essentially been left behind by viral evolution, while antivirals remain universally effective. The key lesson is that COVID-19 is now a dynamic but predictable pathogen. It constantly reinvents its spike protein, but within constraints. This allows public health agencies to anticipate vaccine updates and sustain long-term management, ensuring that COVID-19 in 2025 remains serious but controllable.